Now, the reason that you believe in limitation is because you created an aspect for yourselves to use as a tool, and that aspect is your ego. Now, let me explain to you what the ego be. It is a semi-living thing that was created to protect you. When you first came to earth, you went through physical bodies like that because you were aware of your divine selves, and your physical bodies were merely tools that you used. And if you walked into a saber-toothed tiger and he ate you, no big deal, you simply found another body and back you came. Now, after a bit you decided you needed some sort of something that would let you know when danger lurked about. And so you created what has become your ego. Now, the ego's purpose is one of survival, and the ego will do anything to survive, for it perceives without you it does not have an existence. So it is to the ego's benefit to keep you well and safe. Now, at first, this worked quite well, because the ego would warn you. You'd get this little feeling that there was a saber-toothed tiger lurking about, or that you can't walk there in the dark, or you'll fall off a cliff, and so on and so forth. But you got lazy. You decided, since the ego works so well at keeping you safe, why not let it do everything? And so the ego became your master. It became that aspect of you which controlled your life. Now, beloveds, if you will stop and think, whenever you are approaching a new venture, whether it be of your personal lives or your business lives, so it doesn't matter. Whenever you are approaching a new venture, you get little knots in your stomach, do you not? You feel a little apprehensive. Little thoughts like, what if this doesn't work? What if this fails? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not smart enough? What if they, whoever they be, find out I don't really know what I'm doing and I'm bluffing? What if? Now, that's the work of the ego. For the ego desires greatly to keep you in its clutches. For by so doing, it controls your life. If it can fill you with thoughts of fear, so that you don't feel it's safe for you to venture forth, then the ego is the one who rules your lives. And when the ego is in charge of your lives, your whole beingness is going to be based upon your fears. Now, the secret is to become fearless. Now, this doesn't mean that you fire your ego, although it wouldn't be a bad idea, but rather you relegate it to its proper place. Now, some of you here have heard all this before, if you've listened to me before, but there are those of you here to whom these teachings are very new. So for those of you who already know this, bear with me. The ego self of you will keep you safe, but it will also prevent you from living from the spirit self of you. It will do so because it feels if you live from the spirit self of you, it will no longer be in control. Now, this day, I desire to teach you that it is safe for you to venture beyond the care of the ego. Because the ego has no brain. It doesn't realize that just because you are working from the spirit of you doesn't mean that its life is over. For the ego, working from its proper perspective, has a very good place, and that is to keep you safe. Now, you need to realize that there is a degree of where the ego belongs in keeping you safe, preventing you from walking across 3 lanes of fast-moving traffic and so forth. And that is all it is supposed to do, is keep you safe. But it is not supposed to interfere with your sense of adventure.